Well, caring for your parents while taking care of your kids can be extremely difficult, and no one knows that better than Kathy Rogers. She is the executive director of Absolute Companion Care, and she joins us now. How are you?
I'm well, thank you.
Happy to have you here. I know a lot of people are in this situation, especially as they get older and they are trying to care for their parents. The situation is so difficult, but also so common that it now has a name. It's known as the sandwich generation. Can you tell us more about that?
Sure. The sandwich generation are those people who are at that point in their life when their children are either growing up and they're caring for their parents at the same time, or they've just had those children fly the coop and moved out to college or on their own, and all of a sudden life throws them a curve and their parents need them even more so.
So it is a demand on our needs and our nurturing. And I know that a lot of people, they just need a little bit of help with that, or a lot of bit of help with that, depending on the situation. When is the right time to ask for that help?
You know to look for things like signs of depression and mood swings, those types of things. You know that your parents, if they're not getting the prescriptions filled or they have unopened mail, you know that they're going to need a little more help. Now, you may be doing all that help for them. Now you've become the caregiver. What we look for too is your burnout. As a caregiver, you have signs of burnout. And burnout is a spectrum. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have hit one stage and it's called burnout. There are things to look for within yourself. Do you feel overwhelmed? Do you feel resentful? Are you feeling like you can't get anything done or at least not do it right? Everything you do is halfway. Are you feeling disconnected from your friends? You have no social life? Now, in the stage of this pandemic, that kind of is everyone. But in general, are you missing things? I mean, are you trying to catch up, always playing catch up, and you just don't feel like you can get ahead? Those are all signs of burnout. And if you start to become resentful, then this is a time to start considering maybe bringing in some help.
All of the things that you say, that of course people are going to be watching and it resonates with them. So how do the caregivers meet someone's special needs, such as dementia and Alzheimer's? How do they do that?
Well, we come into the home and we try to understand what's going on. Anytime you call a company, any company, don't let them group you into, we know how to handle dementia. We understand it. That's not how it works. It's a team event. It's something that we have to do together. So we're in there to alleviate your stress, to bring you some peace of mind. But in order to do that, we need to know, what was your parent like before dementia hit? What did they like to do at that point? Now, okay, you've been taking care of them for a couple of years now. You are a font of knowledge. What worked and what didn't work in the past? What are the triggers? We create a team event so that the caregiver coming in is as well prepared as he or she could be. And I'm part of that team. Our administration here is part of that team, so that when things do go awry or something that we think works all of a sudden is not working, which is very common in dementia, then brainstorm together and come up with a new game plan.
There's a little bit of a guilt sometimes.
What you need to remember with guilt is that you are not coming out of their life. You're not leaving their lives. You're just changing your role. You're going back to being a son or a daughter, so that when you walk in, you can sit down and have a cup of tea. You can sit down and talk to them. You don't have to worry about getting everything done in one visit and how you're going to do that. Those things are taken care of. And in doing that, your life changes because your stress level comes down. You also start to realize how many things that you can now do, that you can concentrate on with the needs of other people in your life. You know, your children need you, your husband needs you. Oftentimes when we start to get overwhelmed with the needs of our parents or our elders, we let all those other needs go by the wayside. Once you have a caregiver who's a professional in your home, they're going to be able to give you that peace of mind. You build a trust level. They become your eyes and ears while you're there, so you don't feel guilty for not being there every day. There are so many ways that a professional caregiver can really make your life feel like you're more in control of it.
there's a family watching right now and definitely needs this assistance. How do they go about securing a caregiver through your business?
Call Absolute Companion Care. Our phone number 410-357-9640. And we have a small office. You're going to talk to myself. You're going to talk to my care coordinator, Tracy. We're here to help you. And even if you just have questions, many times people will call. They're not quite ready for care, but they've got questions and they want to know, when can they get ready? How do they get ready to have that happen? Call. We're here. We're here to counsel you. We're here to support the whole family, not just the person who needs care.
All right, Kathy Rogers, thank you so much for being with us today. Really appreciate it. And we'll be right back with more Midday Maryland right after this. Stay tuned.